we both really vibed with this
Mm.
topic. How would you describe self-worth, and how would one know that they have it, a sense of worthiness?
Well, oh, it's usually me who does that. Thank you very much. One of the things I actually talk about, funnily enough, about worth is when people go, "Oh, I've got no money," and they talk about financial worth,
Hmm.
or when they talk about their financial abundance, one of the things is I talk about there's self-worth, there's your net worth, which is your money, your
Hmm.
self-worth, and then there's other worth. And your self-worth is the price you would put on yourself. If I'm looking at money wise, it's the price what you put on yourself. But other worth is the price that other people put on you.
Debz is a stressologist. She will stretch your mindset to think bigger than you've ever thought before, with follow-through techniques that are realistic and achievable to blow any fear out of your mind. Moira is a mindset cultivator. She will help you align your personal trinity of self-trust, inner awareness, and self-confidence so that you discover and share your unique gifts and purpose. Together, their goal with these conversations is to share how our inclinations do not always work in our best interest, and to provide the knowledge to leverage the gifts that already exist within each one of us. Their desire is to help you learn how to access the habits and behaviors that will lead to positive change and your best quality of life. Welcome to your deliciously motivated mindset.
Welcome. Here we are with our deliciously motivated mindset conversation podcast. Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome, dear Deb.
Oh, hello.
Just kind of setting that up to see how we were going to be greeted from your side.
Yes, yes, yes.
This is going to be, well, it's actually really interesting. Dear listeners, whenever we come on to recording, we have already talked for quite some time. And then we look at what we're talking about today. And it's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a good one. And this is, so I think that I'm really looking forward to see what comes up when we talk about strategies to maintain self-worth. This is something that I find we all need to keep kind of circling back into, don't you? It's like it's something that
It's a never ending.
yes.
Definitely, the work is never done. I'll
No,
say that
it's
in your
true.
life, the work is never done, but it's
Yeah.
definitely the self-worth is wow,
Yeah.
wow,
Because it keeps up leveling
wow.
as
Oh yeah, by
we
the way,
up level.
our hands are going up.
Yes, I know. Sorry.
Just so you, it's just there's no video here, but just so you know, it's like we're going up the stairs, or up the escalator, or
stepping up,
yeah,
stepping up. So
yeah, that's
that's our intention. We're going to talk about strategies to maintain self-worth, but realize that that's a stepping up, ever evolving equation. But
ever evolving.
before we get into sharing and riffing on these ideas, we want to just kind of bring our attention here into this space and time. And I like to think of this as just, really anchoring into this moment and bringing ourselves into a wee bit of heart coherence. So wherever you're sitting or standing, just feel the support beneath you, whether that is a chair or you're just standing on the floor. And take a really big, deep breath into your belly and breathe it out. In whatever way is right for you, intend that you're dropping an anchor or a cord down into Mother Earth, anchoring you, and actually just really claiming your spot, your place on this earth, and allow that to come back up and feel that support, that love, that 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 self-worth, that worthiness of accepting that. And now, whatever way is best for you, send a cord up into the cosmos, Father Sky anchoring you. Nice deep breath. And then feel yourself being seen and held and nurtured by that energy. Good. And now I invite you to put your hand, one hand or both hands, over your heart space. And intend that you're breathing in and out of this heart space, which is connected to Mother Earth and connected to the cosmos. And just connecting your energy with our energy, with everyone else on this planet. Just creating some coherence, some connection from your loving heart. When we do things like this, it's such a beautiful way of creating unconditional loving connection that can encircle the planet. And then you can breathe it in. You can breathe it into your heart to actually help you feel worthy and balanced and whole and connected. Whatever it is you need. Take one more deep breath. And now we're going to get into talking about our strategies to maintain self-worth. So I invite you to grab your note-taking device, whether that's a pen or a pencil, piece of paper, or your electronic device, whatever is right for you.
What do you think you are? That's your that to me is my self-worth, is me, my core.
Mhm.
It's me. It's not what other people tell me I am.
Right.
Because of people, so it's an internal, like, let me just,
It is an internal.
it's a, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just sum it up as I lean in. It's an internal, exactly that. It's an
Yeah.
internal. It's what you believe. I can project what I think your worth is,
Mhm.
but the truth is, it's actually what you believe, living and breathing who you are. It's an internal. Yeah, there you go. More, it's like I could have condensed that into 3 words. Okay, there.
So I completely agree with you that it is an internal thing. It's an internal attribute.
Yep.
However, and I resemble this, I think this is a big piece around personal work and personal evolution, is to claim your worth. You are worthy of feeling good, of feeling balanced, of feeling whole, of feeling connected, of feeling like you're following your path, following your heart's desire, creating what's possible. In the work that I do, it's something that often comes up in conversations, is that blame and shame and guilt trips people up into believing that they are not worthy of prosperity or abundance or connection, or do you know what I mean? So
Blame.
yeah, I know, that's funny. We were just talking about blame.
Did you just bring up the conversation we had? Blame, but it is so like, of course, blame. But it is that blame, shame, and guilt.
Yeah.
It is that. It totally is that.
Yep.
All of that.
And so, therefore, then it's of utmost importance to be very mindful of what story are you telling. Because we can all think of times where we've experienced or created or experienced that blame, shame, regret, right? So feel into it, acknowledge it, but don't keep telling that story, right?
Well, it's funny you say that, because there's like a gazillion thoughts in my mind, because I haven't written my notes yet. Surprise on this, because we don't.
We don't.
Moira and I don't. We just talk freely. But when you're saying what story are you telling, I think about that and catch yourself.
Yeah.
Catch yourself. Not just hear the story and go, oh, it's there. Catch yourself and actually pull back and pivot and go, is this the image I would like to portray to the world? Is this what I would like? You know, what do we call reality TV show? If you have a reality TV show, if you're saying you are soul seeking, if you say you're empowered in all areas, and when people say things to you, walking your okay, put it this way,
walking your talk.
I know, I'm back to that. I'm trying to sum this up. So if you put a camera in my face for 24 hours, what would you see? If I put a camera in front of Moira for 24 hours, what would you see? You would see somebody who is walking their talk. You would also see someone who's human, who has a punch. But then once it has a punch, because we can't avoid conflict,
right?
It's just about changing that conflict into love, and moving that. But you will see, take the punch, resolve it, dissolve it, evolve, and level up.
Yep.
And Yeah, my words are just, my head is just, I've got a lot of words in there. Sum that up, Moira. But it does go back to that walk, that talk. And so if you had a reality TV show, so is that what you want to portray to the world? Or are you just showing one side?
Right. No,
I
I like
guess.
what you said. It's very true, because you and I talk about this often. We both know in each other that we do walk our talk. However, things will happen. Bumps come up. Like you're saying, these attacks or conflicts come up, but you don't identify with them. You just see, oh, there's a blip. I'm just going to
A wobble. I
continue.
call it
Yes, a
yeah.
wobble.
Yeah.
Deb calls it a wobble. It actually reminds me of a Winston Churchill quote where he said, if you're going through hell, keep going. Right? So if you're going through conflict and chaos and discombobulation, keep going, because
Yeah.
it's not permanent. And so that's what I'm saying, is that, yep, there will come times where you curse and swear. I do curse and swear and say,
Yeah.
OMG, how come that's happening right now? Okay, have the tantrum.
Never heard you say OMG. Don't think I've ever said OMG ever in my life.
I was just trying to tone
You're-
down anything that, because it's usually swear words that would really
Well,
come out.
Well, I think it was me who swore last time on my podcast,
Yes.
our podcast.
Yes.
And then my eyes went, what the OMG?
What the bleep?
Pardon, carry on telling your story. Carry on.
So it's to feel it and discharge it, because maintaining self-worth doesn't mean that you always go around with this elevated, prestigious viewpoint of yourself. There is going to come time where you think, oh, I suck. That just went so dreadful. Okay.
Yeah.
Feel into it and then shake it off and reset. Go for a walk, shake it off, do whatever you need to do. But this is about maintaining self-worth. Of course, I am worthy of whatever it is. ... That's what I say. Fill in the blank, right? Of course, I'm worthy of everything that I could possibly ever dream of. I am worthy of that. I am worthy of a certain level of abundance and prosperity and flow, and even I am worthy of a certain vibe in the people I interact with. But it doesn't mean that's always the way it is. We ride the waves. I think that's kind of what you were trying to say, is that we ride the waves, right?
Well, then it's like it's not permanent.
That's right.
It's not permanent. But the other thing, it's not permanent, but it's also it's not personal. Is the other thing. When something happens, when someone, like the amount of people who take something personally, they're
4
attacking me, or
agreements. The 4 agreements.
Yeah, it's not personal. This is their stuff. But I just when you were talking about the quote, I couldn't quite exactly remember the wording, and this is from Dr. DeMartini. It says, and I love this. I actually found this morning when I just happened to look on social media, and I've just spent the week with him, in the middle of a week. But one of his quotes he said is, everything in your life is serving you. No matter what you've done or not done, it's moving you forward.
Right. You've shared that before. I like that a lot.
Yeah. And that is, everything in your life is serving you. So even just that reminds you, it's not personal. It's just part of this evolution. And we can sit in our own stuff and we can do that and we can feel it. But it's all movable. It's not personal. It's not permanent. It's not personal. It's this, everything can shift when you're ready, not when someone else tells you to be ready.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing, is, ensure that you're not having injected, voices from
somebody else's agenda. Yeah.
Yeah. Telling you what you should and shouldn't be doing.
Yep.
Because that can elevate your self-worth. But when that elevates your self-worth, that's not from a humble self-worth, that's from an ego self-worth. We're going to say that.
Yes.
But it can also deflate your self-worth.
Yeah, because you're hitching your wagon to somebody else's horse, really.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. The trucks are really big in Texas talking about that. I'm just going to say
yes,
that.
they are. Yes,
just
they are.
Just because when you said horse, I was like, truck. But it's not permanent, it's not personal, and everything's movable. It's
Right.
movable. And I think that's really important to look at your self-worth. If people looked at well, maybe another tip, I'm not even bullet pointing these, oops. But is appreciate where you've been.
Right.
Because if you look at where your self-worth was so long ago, I mean, everyone will have been through a knock that you thought this is the end of the world. And
Mhm.
did you get through it? Yes.
Yes,
And
because you're
sure,
listening to us.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Sure, you may have felt like you've swum in a bath full of piranhas, or you've had that, but you've still got through it. Did
Yeah.
you get through it? Yes, and there might be some scars and there might be some battle wounds, but it is about clearing that emotion and taking it on, that actually, no, there is beauty in this. What were you saying about the storm? Tell us that storm this morning. What did we say? That was about the storm.
The storm.
The storm is leading you
Oh,
to.
right. Right. Okay.
Remember?
I was like, I missed the memo there. Yes.
Did you?
What if the storm is just clearing your way?
Mm,
Right? So what
mm,
if the storm, the chaos, the discombobulation, what if that's just clearing out the dregs and the dross and the
yeah.
limitations and the hangers on? What if that's just getting all cleared away by this storm? And then the
Mm.
sun comes up and look at the abundant, awesome, aligned, beautiful pasture that you're in, you know?
And I think that goes back to it's not personal. So just going, this is not personal, it's all movable. To know that you walk through the storm, go to hell and just keep walking through hell. You
Yeah.
get to the other side. It's not, it may feel like a long journey, but you've done long journeys.
This is all connecting, and because then I think of what you just said about the John D. Martini quote too, is that everything's serving you,
Mm,
right? And so because I've said this before too in our conversations. I really believe that life is never happening to us; it's happening through us. So we always get to change our. So if you're having an issue with maintaining self-worth, what do you need to do to go, oh, right, this is for me. This is flowing through me. This is an experience. What do I get to do with this? What's the
mm,
magic in here? And
yeah.
these are all elevating your self-worth to the degree that you can do something like that, right?
Mm. And it's to the degree, and that goes back to that comparison to other people. There's another one,
Right.
comparison, comparing yourself to other people. And I think we said it a while ago on one of our podcasts. I remember it. I can't remember the exact wording, but I bet you Moira does. And she'll be able to tell you what type of podcast it comes from too. What was
You have so much faith in me.
And as I say that, I actually started to go, what was I actually going to say? Literally, I do. Can you pick that one
You were
up?
talking about comparison to others.
I have no idea. Anyway,
Okay.
just don't compare. Yeah,
Don't
there you go.
compare.
I got distracted. But yeah. I will just go to a completely different bullet point because I completely forgot that one. But I had my next one lined up in my head. Was actually, if you don't, like, these challenges are blessings in disguise.
Yes.
But if you don't challenge yourself, the universe will. If you don't challenge and govern your own emotion and regulate yourself internally, which is your self-worth,
Mhm.
you will have outside sources that will come in and try and filter in. They will come in, and because if you don't pick so I say to my people, pick an inspiring challenge every day. Pick something that's inspiring, that's around shifting the world or shifting your life or something, something that's greater than yourself. Because if you just pick your day up and you go, don't want to do anything, don't want to share, don't want to be part of anything, don't want to help other people, you're living in a self-worth place that is so low that you're going to struggle to pick yourself up. So all you're going to get is you're going to get feedback that's continuing to keep you down there unless you level yourself up. And you're going to go, they did that. That goes back to that blame again, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
They did that, and then it's like, well, what's the point even doing anything? But if you don't regulate your own emotions, choose something that's inspiring greater than your own ego,
But don't you think with that, because you are the universe. I am the universe. And so
Yes.
it's not that the universe is giving you a challenge, it's you that actually did it. So you can do it
Yes,
with
I
mindful
know how
awareness,
yeah,
or you
so which
can,
is everything
yeah,
you're saying is 100%, and I 100% agree, and I can hear that, like what you're saying, and that's 100%. You've created everything.
yeah.
You are the
Yeah,
universe that's coming to you. So if you don't want that punch in the face, pick an inspiring challenge that you can manage yourself,
right.
and have that inspiring challenge that you can actually start unfolding. If I know how my words are discombobulated today, literally.
They
They
are.
they literally are. They're all over the flipping place. I can hear them. I'm like, God, I'm starting a sentence, and then I'm jumping all over here. I literally, so I don't know. I don't know where my self-worth's gone. No, I think that's the other thing there. Strategies to maintain your self-worth. Laugh. I'm just going to say that. Laugh,
100%.
because you own it.
I love
I
that.
can't
Own it and don't take
I-
yourself too seriously. Yeah, it's all
listen
good.
to me. I'm literally what can I do? What's happening? I'm not
Just
going to lie and go, no. You can hear it, everybody. I'm starting sentences, I'm jumping to another. But I know what I'm saying in my head. My words are not getting
her
out.
words are not keeping up.
And that's because I rely on Moira for her quotes that go, in this book, and I had this, and this, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll just throw it out there, and Moira will go, that's a quote that I can create from your 10-minute paragraph that you just said. Yeah.
But no, to your point, it is really important when we really ground ourselves in this sense of worthiness, that it's really important to don't take yourself too seriously. This is supposed to be fun and a game but I just wanted to circle back to what you're saying about the universe giving you a punch in the face. But because what would it take in that scenario for you to wake up to, wow, I created this. So what's the gift? Because this is for me. So there's the gift here. And sometimes we have to suspend logic and suspend our thinking about it and just go, okay,
Yeah.
this is an interesting thing,
Mm.
right? I'm thinking about things like, maybe you've got an appointment that you have to get to, and you head off down the road, and then there's this big massive traffic jam and you can't go, or
Yeah.
the icy roads or whatever, which is what we've got right now. And so instead of saying, oh, look at this external situation, this is pissing me off, it's robbing me of what I need to do to get to that appointment, rather saying, okay, I created this, so what's the gift? Maybe the gift is that I'm going to rebook the appointment, or maybe I can't go and I stay at home and I get a really important phone call.
Yeah.
Right? There's always something, but so you know what? We've come this far into our conversation. Trust.
Is it trust?
Trust.
Oh,
It's got to be trust.
I was like, what is it? Trust?
It is trust. So that
Yeah.
even so trust says I'm always in the right place at the right time. Even if my chattering mind or other people's opinions or things that people are projecting at me might have me think otherwise, trust says I can't quite see it yet, but I know it's here. I know the gift. I know that the up level or the synchronicity or the guidance or the flow, it's here. I just need to keep doing what is it I can do right here in
Yeah.
this situation. Does that make sense?
It does. Even I got that. This is where I need to be finishing my sentence. Does that make sense, Moira? It does. And look, I mean, trust. I think we just have our bullet points at the very start of every podcast.
Yes, we should. We should have our pat bullet points.
These are the standard things. Trust is just trust is so incredibly important. But also if we go to the points we've said before that, it's to trust. It's not personal. Trust that it's not permanent. Trust that what is the story you're telling? Trust that you're going to get through. Trust that to claim your worth is release your blame, shame, and guilt. Trust that, like everything we've said all comes back to it is the trust.
Yeah.
Trust that, and as I look out the window and go, where was I going with that sentence? Trust.
Trust.
My
And
God,
so I
totally.
just picked up one of my yogi tea bag
Oh,
quotes.
yay, thanks.
Yeah. And it's trust creates peace. See?
But of course. Yeah.
Don't need to say anything more. Trust creates peace. Because think about that. If I say, I trust that the guidance or the solution or the resolution, I trust that it's going to show up. I trust that I'll recognize it. It creates peace because now I don't have to get into the discombobulation of, oh my God, what is it going to be? And maybe I do this, maybe I do that. No.
Yeah.
Trust creates peace and breathe into that. This is so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Even just thinking what I've gone through the last, week, that's even just myself, even though I've trusted and trusted, just hearing that trust creates peace is, actually, that's it. So when we go to the bullet point, trust creates peace. That's
creates
it.
peace.
That's it. That's totally it. That's it.
But then even just one more add-on to that, though, trust creates peace, which can actually elevate your sense of worthiness, your sense of self-worth, right?
Absolutely. And one of the I was just about to talk about my glitter. What's another thing we talk about? My glitter
course.
time, my glitter.
Glitter.
If you're not doing something fulfilling, if you're not inspired about life, people, the task you're doing, the connections, if you're not inspired about it, your self-worth is going to be low.
Yes.
So to change that, to pivot that, I'm not feeling great, I can't believe this is happening. If you're jumping into the blame, shame, guilt or anything, just stop and do something that, and I look at my hands, it's full of glitter, my little fingernails are full of glitter. It's just stop. In fact, I love my nails so much, I'm going on a divert here, that every 3 weeks I get my nails done. Do you know what I had redone again? I had the same nails done. I've never ever done that, because I went, you know what? I love this glitter. I love this glitter. Anyway, trust.
Trust.
But
I like
trust.
glitter too.
But also just knowing that, pull yourself back to what lights you up.
Yeah.
Because if your worth is low, and then put on if you can't laugh about anything, put on the most stupidest comedy. Oh, I know it's true.
Babies laughing.
Babies laughing on YouTube. If you can't laugh and you think life is just going against you and not flowing with you, and you think everything's personal and boundaries are broken and I shouldn't have done this, and there's a lot of blame, shame, and guilt, and all these stories are coming about, then put on baby laughing YouTube, babies laughing YouTube. It is hysterical.
It's awesome.
You can't sit in a funk place without having some of that. You can't put your hand in a pot of glue without some of it sticking.
Yep.
That's it. So you're going to laugh. So that glitter time, or that glitter bomb, do whatever lights you up, is just do that. You don't have to leave the house, and you don't have to go buy expensive things or anything. Just put nice moisturizer on your legs. This is me, because I haven't done that for a couple of days. Just tell everybody about that. But do those things that make you feel lovely and warm and nurturing and beautiful again.
Give yourself a hug.
Yeah.
Just
They're as simple as that. They're as simple as some hand on your heart. Remind yourself that's where you live.
Yep.
There's some amazing things that work for you. Maybe not all the time, but
not
it's
every
what
time.
works for you. And I mean, Moira has a self soothing
kit.
Get my words right on that one. And that self-soothing kit is the things that make you feel fulfilled in your heart again. And it is to pull you out of that self-worth. And it's not a hard journey, people. This is not just take it, feel it, and go, what's in the best interest of me right now? I'm going to jump into my self-soothing kit. I'm going to do my glitter time. I'm going to do something that instantly raises your worth. If you want to label your worth as, I feel a -10, and you go and drink you know, for me, I'm a sparkling water and a wine glass girl.
Mhm.
If I'm in a bar or something, you know, or bar, if I'm in a restaurant or something, I love sparkling water, but I have it in a nice glass. So, you know, if I'm a -10 and I'm having a funk and I have a beautiful glass and my soda, I just instantly that's leveled me
Feel
up.
special. Yeah.
It's just something that different. Put a slice of lemon. I mean, this is just soda water. Oh, we call it soda water. Do you call it that? Fizzy
Yep.
water?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Getting a lot of comparisons, but do that. And I think the other thing is you're not alone in any of this stuff.
Mm.
Oh,
Nope.
I think I'm just done a gazillion tips. I'll just
You,
throw this next one in. You are not alone. Moira and I are here for you. Even though today my words are I've got the alphabet and it's throwing in, and I'm putting it together, but you're not alone. We are here for you. We live and breathe this talk. Oh, we hold energy for you. We walk our talk and show you that it's not as painful as what you think. So
absolutely.
connect with us.
Because, so yes, you are not alone, and we definitely are here for you. And here for you in as much as helping you learn as many different tools and techniques and ideas so that you can craft your own way of showing up and being and feeling a deep, deep felt sense of worthiness.
Yeah.
But the next tip I wanted to bring into this is being responsible. We talk about this one often too, the ability to respond.
Oh, I was like, hang on. Oh no, we talked about that prior to starting because I was
Yes,
like,
that,
hang
that
on,
was before we hit record.
we probably could have recorded everything we'd said about talking. Okay, take
Probably.
ownership of that and do that. Actually, they were all the tips. They were literally what we talked about before.
Yep.
With the tips and then resolve. That's why my head's discombobulated. Listen to me
There,
make an excuse. There's
our
another one. Don't
conversation.
make excuses.
A quick wee message before we get back to this episode. You can get access to a special gift Moira and Debz have put together for you. Go to deliciouslymotivatedmindset.com/gift. When you sign up, you'll receive instant access to an inner peace kit and the 30 Days of Wisdom program, both of which is intended to help you feel deliciously motivated right away. Go to deliciouslymotivatedmindset.com/gift.
Don't make excuses. Yeah. So be responsible. I love that.
Be responsible because, and so I was thinking about what you were talking about, the self-soothing kit and the glitter bomb, as you often reference. To me, those tools, those ideas, that is you being responsible. Because if I'm in a funk, I need something out of my self-soothing kit, and I'm going to be responsible to and for me. Because and that will help me elevate my sense of worthiness of I deserve this. I deserve drinking water out of a nice glass, or going and cuddling my cat, or going for a walk, or just give myself a hug, or just put my hand on my heart and say, yes, here I am. I land here, right? These are all being responsible to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course that boosts our sense of worthiness, right?
I think the thing is, it doesn't have to be hard, is what I'm hearing. Like constantly, this doesn't have to be hard. We overcomplicate a shite load. We overcomplicate. We run marathons. We get on that hamster wheel and we go. We run that story and away we go, and we'll see how many people we can capture into our stuff. But the work doesn't have to be hard. And I think that going back to that, be responsible, just recognize it. Seen, heard, acknowledge. See yourself, hear yourself, acknowledge yourself. That is then you start doing the work. But if you can see it, you can hear it, you can acknowledge it, then you can really, that's a responsible point. You're taking complete ownership of who you are and the actions you make, which makes me think about boundaries, actually. That word again.
I know, as I've been noticing you using that more, and I'm intrigued.
I'm gonna Google new word for boundaries. Why has nobody come on, you little minxes out there? I've asked you people, I've asked you,
Deb
let
has
me
an
know
issue
what's
with
another
the word boundaries. Although she
I
realizes
do.
that we need them.
I do. I do. Can we just find another word for it? But they're important.
They
And
are.
that goes with that saying, no, if you're going to just continue to be the punching bag, unless you stop, they're not going to stop unless you do something about it. And I guess that goes to being responsible. You're accountable to what's happening to you and for you, and you can stop it at any time because you choose to evolve from this or you choose to continue getting punched. I don't know if the word's
Absolutely.
punching, but sometimes it feels like it. You know, those punch bags with those big blobby things and they go
Yeah.
down and then they come back up. That's what it feels like. And
Weeble,
again.
weeble
And
wobbles.
again. Exactly.
But
But nobody stays down permanently with those
no,
punching bags.
no. But
Mm.
this reminds me of something I've often said is we educate people how to talk to and treat
Oh,
us, right? And so if we are being ridiculed or criticized or being used as a punching bag, we let that happen. And at some point you have to go, wait a minute, I didn't
put
say
your
you
foot
could do
down.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, you put your foot down and say, nope. And I make people laugh sometimes when I say that. If somebody starts talking to me in a derogatory or critical way, and I'm kind of like, I don't know who they're talking to because it's not me. Because people don't
Just
talk to
put a
me like
mirror
that.
up. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
people don't talk to me like that. Just so you know, and I to keep me in a neutral zone. In my
Mm.
head, I'm hearing the backup alarm, the beep, 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 beep,
Oh
beep.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. That's what's happening in my head.
I
It's
actually
like
thought you were going to say
I'm
backup
retreating.
singers.
No, I'm
You have the
retreating.
backup singers going, Moira, we're here. Come on back. Come on back. Get out of it. Come on. We've got the pom-poms here. That's what
No,
I was visualizing.
it's the reversing beep, 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 beep. Moira's
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah, that's it. And that's a beautiful one. It's the truck reversal.
Yeah.
It's just
Yep.
like, I'm out of here. But also just know that when people do that stuff, it's not yours.
Yep.
It's not
100%.
yours. You know, they can throw the ball at you. That's BALL. They can throw the ball at you, but you don't have to catch it.
Yep.
You can turn left, turn right, get down, jump up. You catch it. And if you get it hit in your chest, throw it back.
Mhm.
Now, but when I say throw it back, don't be an a-hole back. Just throw it back. Just drop it on the ground.
Just drop it on the ground. Yeah.
Drop it. It's not yours to keep, to hold on to. Hot potato. It's like that.
Yeah,
Hot
yeah,
potato.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this tip is hot potato.
Hot potato. I like that one.
Hot
But
potato, just
yes.
you don't have to hold it. You don't have to hold it. This is and now we've got one more tip because I just looked at the time. Oops, Moira.
Oops.
Oops. But a hot potato, you don't have to hold on to this.
But that's actually hot potato is actually used when talking about forgiveness often.
Oh,
Hot potato is like, okay,
I didn't know that.
because like, why would you hold it? Why would you hold
Yeah.
it? It's going to burn you.
And that goes back to it's not your
Drop it.
responsibility to
It's
hold
not
it.
yours. Yeah.
Mm.
Drop it, release it, thank it. Say,
Yeah.
I like my hands as they are. I don't want scalding.
Yeah, you caught it. They may have thrown it at you, but you caught it and you're holding on to it.
Yep.
Mm. Give me one more tip, Moira. We'll be fine.
Give me
Give me
more.
one more tip. Give me one, because don't make me think of one. Because mine just go into sentences.
So strategies to maintain self-worth. You must fill your cup first. Fill your cup first for two reasons. Number one, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give or be of service or help other people elevate their self-worth unless you look after you. And maintaining self-worth, it is a beautiful analogy that my thing that I talk about we give from our saucer. So you keep filling your cup and it overflows to the point where you give from your saucer. That's maintaining a really good high level of self-worth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're giving from that saucer, you're vibrating at a completely different level.
Yes. Yes, you absolutely are.
You are. You're vibrating from a completely different level.
Mhm. And the ripple effect, because you actually then inspire everyone else around you to follow in your illustration. You're helping other people say, oh gosh, I should fill my cup up and give
I
from my
just
saucer.
I just moved a note. I just moved something on my computer as I'm sitting here, and I just have to say this, and this is a quote that I was given or last year, last year, and
Mhm.
it said, I am grounded in my highest values, meaning I'm doing what I love
Yeah,
and I'm staying on purpose. And through this, I inspire others to discover their own.
beautiful.
And that's exactly what you just
That's
said then.
exactly what giving from your saucer is.
Yeah.
I love
Right
that.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for that. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Thanks, Belle, for that one, who gave that one to me. But that I just got that then. Well, that was a beautiful tip. And even though I did say to Moira, you give us
You
the
give
last tip.
this.
Yeah.
But it was a
In
nice
fact,
follow on from that.
it was definitely, it opened up. I didn't even know that was on my computer. That's even funnier.
I love it. No
Well,
accidents here.
no accidents here. Well, it could be time to wrap up, and good luck with this, Moira. Let's,
Discombobulated Deb here.
yeah, strategies to maintain my self-worth. Am I still going to sleep tonight with the quality of podcast? Yes, because I've got a buddy.
100%.
I've got a buddy. Be honest, I'm transparent right here. So we're gonna grab yourself that note-taking device. If you didn't do it before, we'll take a moment, and you've had your moment because you clearly just pause, and you grab that note-taking device, because we're going to give you these strategies to maintain self-worth in a condensed version.
As best we can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You do the first one, because I do have the second one there. You do the first one.
So the first one, this one I asked you about what is self-worth, and you talked about financial, self-worth, net worth, and other worth. But this also, it led us into a conversation that it's internal, it's intrinsic. Self-worth is it's actually your birthright. You are worthy just because you're here. You are worthy just because you're listening to this. You're worthy just because you're in this life.
Yeah.
And so however you want to define it, you are worthy.
Yeah.
You got to claim it internally, right?
And so I did write it down. Phew, was claim your worth was my words from that whole thing. And that's when Moira talked about blame, shame, and guilt.
Yeah.
And that will immobilize you and stop you from moving forward or leveling up, whatever way you would like to look at it. Yeah. The next one I have was, what story are you telling yourself? Now, there may be some in between, Moira's one and my one, but what story are you telling yourself? And that jumps back to that blame.
Yeah.
They did that. Actually, you know what? I'm taking responsibility to myself here. I'm just going, yes, they may have done that, but am I triggered by it? Oh my gosh, it's the same thing as the hot potato again. Am I triggered by it, or it's not me? It's actually not mine to catch and hold on to.
Yep. Yeah, so there is a commonality in a lot of these pieces that we did, because reading on from that, the one I'd noted down was, is this really what I want to project to the world? So if you're sitting in a story that you're telling about the blame or the guilt, or is this really what you want to project to the world? And so it's going back into storytelling, right?
Yeah, it is.
And
Yeah.
taking ownership for it. Owning your stuff. What's your stuff?
Yeah.
Maintaining your own sense of worthiness. Comes from a heart space, not a head space. Stories come from our head.
And when you're in your heart, no story needs spoken.
That's right. That's right. So when you're in your heart, and because this is the one I said, when you're in your heart, you can ride the waves, knowing everything's not permanent and it is actually all for you.
Yeah.
That's a sense of worthiness. Even, riding the waves, there are going to be peaks and troughs, ups and downs, but it's all
You're
for
human.
you and flowing. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're human.
you're human. Absolutely. I have 3 blanks. I've got asterisk, asterisk, asterisk.
Okay. So you need me to fill in the
So,
blanks?
Moira, that would be amazing. I'd choose you to fill in my blanks.
So maybe it was after the riding the waves, I put, and I think this was you that said that. It was. It's not personal. Everything is in life, everything in life is serving you. I think that was that
was your
yeah,
quote, my quote. You had
that's
a
right. That's right.
Yep, that'll explain because I had the quote. Yep, your quote, my quote.
Yeah, so because I actually did reference this a wee bit when you said it, was the it's not personal. That's the 4 agreements, right? So nothing is about you. It's not about you. Don't take things personally. So if somebody's yelling at you, it's not about you, it's about them. Right? And I've actually been in situations where I've had to do that. I'll just repeat in my head, it's not about me, it's not about me, it's not about me. And that's actually creating a bit of a protective bubble around you sometimes, depending on what you're going through. But remind yourself it's serving you somehow, even if you can't see it right in that moment.
It is 100% moving you forward in more ways than one.
Yeah.
100%, 100%. But sometimes you can't see it.
Yes.
And that's okay. Oh, I'm not going to add any more tips because that one is trust, and that's way down there.
Yes.
But what's your next one I've got? I'm right down to don't take yourself seriously. I mean, yeah, that's
that was
how
the
far
laugh when you're saying about
Yeah.
laughing.
So
Okay.
you get to fill all the way down to there,
Okay.
Moira. Let's see how many
Okay.
I missed.
That's funny because some of these are yours. So the next one was appreciate where
Sorry.
you've been. Appreciate where you've been, what you've been through.
Oh,
Because you've been
yes.
through stuff. See, she did remember that. You've been through stuff. You're going to go through stuff again. So it's always remember, appreciate, pat yourself on the back. And you could even say, I've got this. And just keep going one step at a time, even if it's tiny, tiny baby steps. And then the next one this was a conversation. This was Deb put me on the spot because we had actually talked about this before we hit record. And so I had to remember about what if the storm is clearing the way?
Yeah.
So I really loved that. It was actually a post that I saw on Facebook that it really helps you not get too caught up in the discombobulation thinking that a storm or chaos or discombobulation that can come about. What if that's just clearing the way?
Which makes me add another tip into that part there about that is being in the eye of the storm.
Yes.
And the tornado
Yep.
being there is actually you can see clearer.
That's right.
When you're present, poised,
Everything else can
regulating your
happen.
emotions.
Yep.
And it's just brain noise. All you're looking around is you're going, that's not mine. That's
Yeah. And that's a deep sense of self-worth to be
holy
in that
gamoly,
calm
that jumps you way
center.
up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
If you yeah.
Most definitely. The next one I had was we talked about comparison to others. So
man, I really missed out quite a few.
Yes. That's okay though. At least I made wee notes. I didn't write down as fully as you might have, but comparison to others is your worth is your worth. And we said this at the very beginning. It's an internal job. And so looking out at somebody else, how they show up, and this is not ego stuff. This is soul stuff. This is soul worthiness. This is not, oh, look at me, I am a prima donna, I am a empress, I am a right. It's no, this worth, this is coming from your soul. So comparing yourself to others is it's just going to totally rob you of your energy anyway. So let that go.
And your dignity, and your because you allow this. Okay, which takes yourself with it. Okay, yep.
That's right. Yes. The last one I have before we talking about the laughing at yourself.
Says me
Uh,
laughing at myself all the way through this. Oh, okay, yep.
is challenges. This actually was yours also. And this is when we talked about it because I felt like we wanted to unpack it a little bit. You had said that we'd be wise to choose our challenges, to make a challenge each day. And if we don't, then what you said was the universe will. But I then took that a step further and said, but actually it's us that creates it. Because we are the universe. It's flowing through us. So if we think, oh, I don't want to take on a challenge, I'm not going to have a shower and get dressed, and the ripple effect of that is actually us that created it. So I'd like to have more uplifting, more consciously run and created from my heart space, as opposed to me, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And it's from
Totally.
a sense of an elevated sense of self-worth is I get to do this. I choose to do this. I love to do this. Right?
Yeah. Not a need, not need, ought to, should,
Have to.
survival,
Yeah.
other people telling me what to do.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back with my notes.
Okay, good. And over to Deb.
And thank you. Don't take yourself seriously. I
Yep.
clearly haven't right there. Don't take it, laugh at it, because otherwise you're going to be rocking in the corner.
Yes.
The only way to laugh.
Yeah.
And if you can't find something to laugh at, start watching YouTube babies laughing.
Yep.
That's it, because don't take yourself seriously. We fall over, we pick ourselves up. If you fall over and you want to lay there, then lay there. Don't lay there too long, because there's life to live.
Yeah, if you're going to lie there, it's okay knowing that you will get up though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to rest here for a moment and then I'm going to. Absolutely. The next one I have, and here we are, is trust. It's trust. Even if you can't see the solution or the right way forward or the right way up, trust says it's there. And then that's when I pulled that quote too. Trust creates peace. And that's such a beautiful way to really feel and to lean into that sense of self-worth from the peaceful way. Right?
You had one that you missed.
Did I?
Just like that. Which was literally, which is, what's the gift?
Oh.
How did you miss that one? That's
I don't know. I guess that's just so.
Do you like the way I say to her, how did you miss that one? Yet I missed 7. What's the gift? What's the gift in the self-worth? What's the gift in this experience that you're doing? What's the gift in what's happening to you? What's the gift in things that are not happening to you? What's the gift that you have around right now? Because that, as soon as you start seeing the blessings, the value, the gratitude, that levels your self-worth far beyond.
Definitely.
Far beyond.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I actually said that earlier. What's the gift? Maybe I wrote it down to actually talk. I just actually think I don't recall actually either of us saying that. So I'm like, ha, you missed one.
Ha, I missed reading your mind on that one.
I missed saying the one that I wrote down because
You're
it doesn't.
Funny.
Yep.
Funny. The next one is one of yours. It's where you talked about glitter, and I wrote beside it celebrate and self-soothing kit. So these are all pieces around maintaining self-worth. Is because it's like really staying present and witnessing what's going on. Because sometimes you get triggered, sometimes you're stressed, you're tired, and you need to just look at some glitter or give yourself a hug or do some tapping or say a mantra or just change the energy around you in order to remember everything's for me. Everything is a gift. It's all good. It's all, everything's on my way, not in my way, as Deb would say.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's all on the way. The next one I have is you are not alone.
Yes.
And
now we're in sync.
And I was actually going to say, if I'd been alone doing this podcast, holy gamoly, I'd be laughing all the way through. I'll be going, and we're wrapping up going, yeah, there was something in between here because I threw a thing, but you are not alone. And this is actually where we talked about Moira and myself, but it's also having that accountability partner, having someone beside you as well. So I am going to talk about Moira and I. because I'm not alone in this with Moira.
No.
Moira is not alone in her life without me. I'm there for her. She's there for me.
Mhm.
And that's a soul connection that we've created and built over time, and we've evolved.
Mhm.
And we are somebody who, I don't know if I've got walks my talk. I don't know where that was. We're somebody who
We
walks our
did talk
talk.
about that. Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
We
Mhm.
are somebody who walks our talk. So you're not alone. We've been through a lot of things.
Mhm.
We're still evolving from those from when something happens to us.
Yeah.
But you're not alone. This journey that you have, you know, I talk about the glitter bomb and the self-soothing kit. If you can't reach us, jump in and listen to one of our podcasts.
Mhm.
There's 100% you're going to be delivered a message that's perfect for you right here, right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And even if the tips and you only get one, that's perfect for you because
Mhm.
you're not alone, and that's what's needed for you right here, right now.
Beautiful. I love it. The next one I have here is responsible. Being
Mhm,
responsible. Always remember you always have the ability to respond. And always remind yourself you're the boss of you. Nobody's more senior than you are for your own choices, your own decisions, your own way forward, and your own sense of worthiness, right? Being responsible, knowing that I can and do respond with flow and ease.
And just as well today. Now I have a gap there, so it may be something, but the next one I have is hot potato.
Okay, there are a few
Which,
in between hot potato.
of
And
course, there
and that's
are.
funny. And that's funny because they're yours as well.
Oh,
The next one after responsibility was you said it doesn't have to be hard.
oh,
It doesn't have to be hard. And actually, you
man,
know,
I've
when you
delegated great stuff to you
you
today.
certainly have. No, because it doesn't have to be hard. Can and think about those glitter moments or the self-soothing or the taking responsibility. None of those have to be hard. So don't tell yourself a story of like, oh, it's like so many things and I can't do it and I don't have enough time or that's just a big bunch of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Because the next one that you talked about from there is that we all need to be seen, heard, and acknowledged. So it's important for you to see, hear, and acknowledge your own self. So if you need to have a wee pity party, that's okay. So see, hear, and acknowledge it. And then what can you do? What's the gift there? What's the choice? What can you let go? What can you say, I'm going to shift this? And then the run, I will get to the hot potato. You can talk
It's a
about
fun
hot
find
potato.
because I'm just going, I remember talking about that. That's interesting.
I thought, yeah, you just talked about it. We just didn't make a note of it. But the next one, and you did bring it up, and I giggled at you because it's boundaries. Because
I haven't even got boundaries down on my piece of paper.
see, you tuned it out because you don't like that word so much.
That's what I was like, listen up, people. I'm going to chat GPT. What's in you? Oh, no, it's thesaurus, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go to
It's
the
funny. Boundaries.
thesaurus.
Yeah, boundaries.
So boundaries. So always remember that you have the right to say no. And there's where I was talking a wee bit about we educate people how to treat us and how to talk to us. So if you're in a situation where somebody's talking smack to you or being mean or disrespectful, it's like, oh, wait. Something I said or did makes this person think they can do that. And that's when I talked about that I have the beep, 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 beep in my head because I was like, yeah, I'm reversing out here.
I 100% remember that. The truck.
I thought you were here.
I was here. I'm literally like, what? What is it? OMG, you said. That's literally
That's
where
right.
I'm at. I'm like,
Yeah.
OMG. And I said to you, I don't even think I can't even remember the last time I said OMG. I am OMGing when these gaps are coming. I'm like, there's a big gap in here and there's a big gap in here.
So good. I got you.
Thanks. And yep, find your tribe, stick with them.
Yep.
Make sure they can pick up the pieces. Yep, that's the one.
So now what do you want to say about the hot potato?
The hot potato is people throw stuff at you. You do not have to catch it. You do not have to catch it. It's not yours to hold on to. You can catch it and drop it. You can catch it and throw it back, which is literally just waiting for it to be thrown back at you.
Mm.
But actually, if you just drop it, when someone's firing something at you and it hits the wall and you just let it go, that's it.
That's
It's
the
their
best way
energy
to diffuse it.
That's it.
Mm.
So hot potato, don't hold it. Don't
Yeah.
hold it. Just drop it or eat it. Throw
Or
some butter on.
maybe it's because you're hungry. So we're going to end off with that beautiful quote that you shared, because that was a lead on from what I said about the self-care. Strategies to maintain self-worth. You must. This is not a negotiable thing. You have to put your own self-care to the very top of your priority list. That's reminding yourself you are worthy your own love and kindness and attention, and you fill your cup up, and you keep filling your cup up so that you give from your saucer, because you're overflowing with this yummy goodness and worthiness, that you inspire others to do the same all around you, and they get the loving energy from you, and there is no have to. It's a beautiful flow, right?
Yeah,
Giving from your saucer.
And the quote I have is, I am grounded in my highest values, and through this, I inspire others to discover their own.
That's so beautiful.
I know. That's the one tip you want to keep, people.
That's definitely the one tip you want to keep.
That's it. It's just a reminder. And I'm wrapping up. I
You
can wrap
are.
up, Moira.
Okay, good.
I want to like a ha ha ha. I want to thank people for listening. First, I'm going to thank people for listening today. Clearly, because the start, the end, all the way through. And when we talk about laughter, I've literally gone, OMG, OMG, OMG. So even that is making me go, watch what your language is, because if what you think about, you bring
Will keep
about.
coming.
I'm like,
yep.
And I was literally like, I don't even think I've ever said OMG. I can't even think of the last time I said OMG. And the pretty much the whole way through that, since saying that, I'm like, OMG, I didn't write anything down. OMG, OMG. But so the strategies to maintain self-worth, I trust you got something valuable from that. There was a lot of points in there. Clearly, Deborah only listened to some of them, or she shared them, she just didn't listen to them herself. But there's some they're all incredibly valuable. But don't overwhelm yourself, people, with so many of them.
Yeah.
Choose
one or two.
That's right. Choose one or two just for today. Here we go again. Just for today. Just for today. Just for today, take one of these tips and start implementing them into your world. Now, even though we talk about self-worth, and your self-worth may not be very low, it may be, I talked about going from -10, and it may be actually a 1, and I'm actually quite great today. We don't just want to be a 1. We want to keep going up. So, this is not just for when you're really low.
Right.
This is actually for whatever level you're at.
Yep.
To level up.
Yep.
Because
to
today yourself. Yep. So look at that number where you're at. Label it, number it, if that works for you. But there's some golden nuggets in each and every one of those. So if you like today, the next step is, like I said, just for today, implement one. Implement one today. Tomorrow, the next step is, just for today, tomorrow, implement 2.
Yep.
Just for the day after, implement 3. And then sit with those 3 and feel those and see what works and what doesn't. Because there's no mistake. You get on a bike and it just starts flowing, and that's it. You're on the bike, and next thing you know, you're pedaling and away you go.
Yeah.
So just keep moving with what that is, but ensure that you're continuing to light yourself up with what feels right for you. So that's your next step. I want to thank everybody for coming today. I want to thank everyone for listening to my laughter, listening to me handballing it back to Moira, and for Moira, my amazing podcast buddy. And, I just have to giggle because I'm literally known as the Cooper Pooper Scooper. My surname's Cooper, by the way. And when somebody starts saying something and they lose their words, Cooper Pooper Scooper comes in and can finish the sentence. And if something happens, Cooper Pooper Scooper comes in and I'm like, wow, Moira's just literally Cooper Pooper Scoopered
I've just
and
taken on that role.
and held that. So I really want to thank Moira today for filling in the gaps, because it wouldn't have been as inspiring if it was just me with my words today. So I want to thank you, Moira. There's a lot of love I have for you, and you 100% have raised my self-worth in more ways than one. So I want to thank you for walking your talk and standing beside me.
You're awesome. I love
With
you
that.
too. I love you too.
So thank you, Moira.
Thank you.
And thank you, listeners. And thank you, internet, in a hotel that I didn't think.
I know. I'm impressed.
Same. So thank you, listeners, for doing this. Enjoy this podcast, take those strategies forward, and have an inspiring week ahead. And you will listen to us on the next podcast.
Next week.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
next
Thank
week.
you. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.